I feel like this is another DC movie trying to do something different, and at the end of the day, it's going to be useless. But like, I wanted the movie to be 12 hours when I watched the movie. Hey guys, welcome back to another reaction video. You know what it is, you know what it is, and you know how we rock in this place, man. It's your boy CJ, and we'll have a new reaction video. This time it's the differences between the Snyder cut video and the Whedon cut. Like, I've seen the Snyder cut and it was an entire different movie. Like, I started questioning, why did they even release the first one? Like, there was no need to release the first one. Like, there was absolutely no need to release it. Do you get? Like, there are two different movies. It's like, before I used to rate the Whedon cut movie like a 6/10, but when I watched the Snyder cut, I realized it was like a 2/10 for real. Let's go into this. Let's go into this. To my channel if you like my content.
Zack Snyder's markedly different film than what was released in theaters in 2017 after Warner Brothers brought in director Joss Whedon to finish and has been restored. We've cataloged the biggest differences between the two Justice League films. So here's a breakdown of everything that changed from one cut to another, including the format, the story, the heroes, the villains, and the theatrical version was rated PG-13, but earns it with tons of blood in both Batman and Cyborg.
Yes, there was a lot of blood. I realized that the Snyder cut was more bloody, was even bloody. The Whedon cut wasn't bloody. I thought it was for like kids, but like the Snyder cut showed us the real deal, man. That was what we're looking for. That was what we're looking for real.
Square, full-frame look that Snyder is so fond of. The Snyder cut score by Thomas Holkenborg, aka John.
Yes, the frame too was different. I realized that was one of the differences.
Monkey XL was replaced by Danny Elfman's for the theatrical release, but now it's back along with some new songs. Justice League was trimmed down to 2 hours for the theatrical version, but the Snyder cut clocks in at 4 hours and 2 minutes, divided into 6 chapters. Feeling much
when they said they wanted to release the video as the movie as a 4 hours movie, I was really skeptical about it because I felt like I was going to be bored. I felt like this is another DC movie trying to do something different, and at the end of the day, it's going to be useless. But like, I wanted the movie to be 12 hours when I watched the movie. Like, actually, I didn't want it to stop, because when I finished watching it, I was like, okay, what next? I was literally like, what next? What else am I supposed to do now with my life? For real, man. For real, like, it was crazy. It was
down
crazy.
For the theatrical version. The restored action scenes include Wonder Woman stopping the terrorists and obliterating that dude in the hat. Steppenwolf and his parademons have a much bigger fight with the Amazons, and the Mother Box Temple crumbles into the ocean. Reborn Superman taking on the Justice League has some added bits, and the battle below Stryker's Island Penitentiary is beefed up as well. It's notable how the theatrical cut had brighter coloring and the final battle was shaded in red, whereas the new version has Snyder's signature desaturated colors and that red filter is nowhere to be seen. And one of the major things Zack Snyder wanted to do with his version of Justice League was to have the film reflect the darker, more serious tone of his previous movies. Warner Bros.
Exactly, like this one was less comical. I mean, the first one wasn't really comical. They tried, but it didn't really cut it. But like, this one was more serious. It felt like something good. It felt like they wanted to do something real good with themselves, and it came out perfect, in my opinion.
More dramatic Snyder cut, although it does still have a sense of humor, but it's more understated as the main tone of the film is the dread of the coming evil that is steadily overcome by the blossoming hope of the heroes.
Who's gonna say it? I'm not gonna say it.
This place. That was very, very nice, man. I loved the cinematics too. Personally, I loved the cinematics, the whole camera movements, the color grading. It was beautiful, for real. Alright, let's
How
keep
the
going.
heroes of the Justice League themselves differ between the two versions. The theatrical cut started with those cute little podcast kids filming Superman, Superman's funeral, and the world mourning his loss. Batman kicks off the movie already knowing there's an alien invasion, and uses a burglar sphere to draw out a parademon. A burglar, mind you, that knows an awful lot about the plot. None of that is part of the Snyder Cut, which starts following Superman's scream, a death knell that reverberates across the DC.
Yes, like it was that scream for me. Like that was what caught me in the beginning. Like how far the scream went. It went almost all around the world, man. Like that was crazy. I didn't know Superman had that kind of ability to scream that loud. I didn't know it was. What's that Mortal Kombat woman's name? You know who she is. She screams a lot, but like, yeah, I didn't know he had that kind of power.
Darkseid that the planet was vulnerable without Superman there to protect it. After that, we shift to Bruce searching for Aquaman, but at this point, he's just on a mission to recruit allies, and it's not until later when Wonder Woman tells him about Darkseid that he learns there are, you know, actual aliens invading the world. The Bruce and
that place was insane, man. Let's go back, because while I was watching it, I made sure I was watching like the old version and the new one side by side, so I could see the differences, and it was too
invading
much.
the world.
This place was crazy, man. Like I had goosebumps. I remember having goosebumps over my body.
Energy absorbing gauntlets and fixing his flying fox plane, the latter of which Cyborg helps him solve.
It wants to fly.
Batman's full character arc that started in Batman v Superman is now paid off as he went from that lowest of lows to finally being the more hopeful and optimistic one.
Safe, Alfred. Safe.
Plus, we get a ton more Alfred scenes, and those are all priceless.
That's probably enough tea.
All right.
For Superman, most of Henry Cavill's scenes were reshot by Whedon for the theatrical version to better fit that film's lighter tone. And most infamously, Cavill was not allowed to shave the mustache he was sporting while...
No wonder. I saw that the mouth was somehow. I realized that the mouth was somehow, and it was very, very awkward in the Whedon cut. Like it was very, very awkward. Okay, let's
filming
see
Mission Impossible Fallout, so it was digitally removed to questionable success. The theatrical cut had Superman joining the final battle and flying off to save people with Flash, people like that Russian family, but that's all gone. Whereas in the...
I didn't even see the need for the Russian family. I didn't even see the need. I never saw the need in the original movie. So, like, when I saw that Snyder didn't even put it, I was like, this is brilliant, man. Because they were not needed. Nobody needed them for anything. What was the point? What was the purpose? What was the purpose?
In the Whedon version of Justice League, Lois mourned the death of Clark and got called thirsty by Martha Kent. Whereas in the Snyder Cut, she leaves her job at the Daily Planet and spends her time in grief visiting the Superman Memorial, and she has a much different heart-to-heart with Martha Kent. Although, it turns out that Martha in this scene was actually the Martian Manhunter, who was cut...
When I saw the Martian Manhunter, man, like, I literally lost it. I even thought it was going to be part of the fight one way or the other, but it wasn't. It was crazy. Like seeing him, I didn't believe I was going to see John in that movie, man, for real. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Although it looks kind of funny for me. It looks kind of funny. But like, I think that's how he is. I think he's an only man. But hey, I'm just joking, man. Alright, let's keep going.
Comedic relief and a newbie hero, like in the theatrical cut.
As a bat signal, that's your... Oh, sorry.
But in the Snyder Cut, things like him tripping during the underground battle and Batman giving him a little pep talk are no longer there.
Save one person.
I didn't see the need for this scene, so I didn't see why they were giving him that whole advice. Even the advice was useless. Save one person. What happens when he saves one person? Maybe I'm being a little bit over dramatic, but like I honestly didn't see the reason for the pep talk at this point.
Volko. Overall, Aquaman is much more wild in the theatrical cut, whereas he's a bit more brooding in the Snyder Cut. Also, Mara's accent seemingly has changed between the two cuts, and she gets in on the R-rating fun by trying to bloodbend Steppenwolf. And then we come...
That was so insane. Like when I watched the first one, like I was so disappointed with the fight in Atlantis, because I was like, yo, they're supposed to give this guy a run for his money. Like they're supposed to give him a run for whatever he's coming for. Do you get? But it was too easy. But in the Snyder cut, like I realized even in the Amazon part, like they fought him very well. Like he didn't just get it. He didn't just go there and just grab it like he did in the previous version. Like he sweated for it. Like he struggled for it, and that's what we're looking for. Like you're going to the whole Atlantis, and you didn't use more than 2 minutes there. No, come on, bro. You're supposed to sweat for what you want. You get? So I liked the fight scene. It was beautiful for real.
Cyborg's origin story that was missing from the theatrical cut, but also his key role in the breaking of the Unity, the full scope of the abilities he's been blessed/cursed with by the Mother Box, and his relationship with his father, Silas Stone. Silas proves to be a key supporting character in the Snyder cut, as we...
Yes, we're able to understand that like the relationship he had with his father, like the behind everything that happened, like we're able to grow with the character, and that's what we always wanted. Same thing with how Marvel did with the MCU. Like we're able to understand the characters. In the winning cause, we didn't understand shit. It was just jama. It didn't make sense to me, for real.
Labmate Ryan Choi was cut from the theatrical version, but he's back in the Snyder cut. Comics fans know him better as the Atom.
Oh, that's good. I didn't even know that was the Atom guy. I honestly didn't know. I hope there is a sequel to this, man. They didn't say anything about a sequel, but like I hope there is.
Eyes of the Justice League, starting with the biggest bad DC has to offer, Darkseid. Whereas he wasn't even seen or mentioned in the theatrical cut, Darkseid looms large over Zack Snyder's Justice League. We learn about his history thanks to Wonder Woman, and that leads to a flashback of an epic battle. The theatrical version had replaced Darkseid with Steppenwolf for this battle, but now Darkseid is back as his younger self named Uxas in the comics. The flashback battle is longer, with some new moments of violence where he slices off a Green Lantern's ring hand and is defeated when he takes a big old bloody axe chop in the shoulder.
That was an insane part of this movie, man. This part was very, very insane. I really loved it. I really did.
Shoulder from Ares. In the Snyder cut, Darkseid is shown chilling on Apocalypse with Desaad and Granny Goodness. We learn about his goal to obtain the anti-life equation, and he even plays a role in the final battle as he witnesses the League's might through a boom tube. We also see a nightmare sequence showing how Darkseid would devastate Earth if he were to turn Superman evil with the anti-life equation. As for Steppenwolf, in the theater plan is all his idea seemingly, and his fear ultimately gets him killed by his own parademons. In the Snyder cut, he's there on a mission for Darkseid. Not to mention he gets a new look and a slightly altered voice. We get a better sense of his motivation. He reports into Desaad and later Darkseid himself, and then he gets sent back to Apocalypse in pieces.
This part made me so happy. Like it literally made me so happy. Alright, man.
Differences of how each Justice League film ended. In the final battle, there are some moments from the theatrical cut that remained in the Snyder cut, such as Bruce leading the parademons away and Arthur surfing down a building, but the Snyder cut has tons of new action beats and plot twists, like Batman breaking through the barrier, Cyborg hacking the mother boxes, and Flash racing around and eventually using time travel to save the day.
That time travel bullshit that this guy pulled up, like I almost lost it, guys, for real. Like I almost lost it. It was so beautiful. I can't even explain it, but like it was so beautiful, man, for real.
Was exclusive to the theatrical cut. Both films have a stinger with Deathstroke meeting Lex Luthor, but in the theatrical cut, Lex is recruiting him for a new villain team, while in the Snyder cut, he's giving him some key intel to help him take down Batman, which was a setup for the Batfleck solo movie that has since been canceled. The Snyder cut also shows the Martian Manhunter introducing himself to Bruce Wayne. It also offers another glimpse of the nightmare future, featuring none other than Jared Leto's Joker, who was not...
I don't like the Jared Leto's Joker. I'm sorry. I honestly don't like that guy. I'm sorry. It just isn't it for me. Like I thought it was going to buy me with the Snyder cut, but I probably even hated him. Like the character. I probably hated the character even more. Like
reshoots just for the Snyder Cut, finally giving these versions of Batman and Joker a proper scene together. This scene is that apocalyptic reality was going to come to pass in the subsequent installments of Zack Snyder's Justice League trilogy that, according to the director, he has no plans to complete. So the scene is essentially a little peek at what could have been for the DCEU. So those are the biggest changes we found between the two Justice League movies. What changes stood out to you the most? Let us know down in the comments. Be sure to check out our review of Zack Snyder.
Honestly, that's the end of this video. If there isn't going to be a sequel to this, I'm going to be very sad, because like I'm so pumped. If I'm going to say the truth, or my truth, if I'm going to be honest, I feel like this movie is on the same par with or is in par with Avengers Endgame, for real. Like, it was too beautiful. Like, apart from the bad CGI, the bad computer generated images, like, I didn't really like them. They were basic. I need to say the truth. Apart from that, like the storyline, the plot, the cinematography, the cinematics, everything was just crazy. But that's all we have time for today. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
This one is emotional. Okay. So let's get to it. I mean, it was loud, but this one is emotional. Okay. So let's get to it.